2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday the 21st of January, and it's Squirrel Appreciation Day. And a big happy birthday to Billy Ocean, Placido Domingo, Gina Davis and Emma Bunton. We've had weeks of Tory scandals, from sleaze to second jobs to parties. What on earth can they come up with next? Well, if you had Blackmail on your bingo card, congratulations. Chair of the Commons Public Administration Committee, Tory MP William Ragg, accused Number 10 on Thursday of blackmailing backbenchers into supporting party king Boris Johnson.
A number of members of Parliament have faced pressures and intimidation from members of the government because of their declared or assumed desire for a vote of confidence in the party leadership of the Prime Minister. Intimidation of a Member of Parliament is a serious matter. Moreover, the reports of which I'm aware would seem to constitute blackmail.
Let's check in with the paragon of honesty and virtue that is our Prime Minister.
I've seen no evidence, heard no evidence to support any of those allegations.
I mean, I'm telling you that I'm hearing evidence from MPs. Will you look for that evidence?
Of course, but what we're focused on is what we can do to clear the COVID backlogs.
I don't know, maybe Sue Gray could take a look? There were 107,364 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday, with 330 additional deaths announced. But the government's still pressing ahead with plans to lift all of the Plan B restrictions next week. Health Secretary Sajid Javid says that we're going to have to start thinking about COVID like we do the flu.
We need to learn to live with it. Sadly, people die of flu as well. In a bad flu year, you can sadly lose about 20,000 lives. But we don't shut down our entire country and put in place lots of restrictions to deal with it. We need to continue with our lives with sensible, appropriate and proportionate measures.
Major banks like Standard Chartered and Citigroup have already announced their workforces will return to the office next week. Maybe they've never heard of online banking. All of this flu talk concerns Dr. Richard Peabody of the World Health Organization, who thinks the UK government's moving much too quickly in returning to normal.
No, we're not at that point yet. Omicron, SARS-CoV-2, it's a different infection. It still can be a very serious infection in those who are unprotected. We are clearly moving into a different phase of the pandemic, but we're still not yet at the end of the road as far as the pandemic is concerned.
It seems as though President Biden made things a bit more complicated for the Ukraine at his Wednesday press conference. He appeared to say a minor incursion of Russian troops wouldn't be a huge issue. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky was deeply unhappy about that, and the US went all out on Thursday to clear things up. First, Vice President Kamala Harris.
The president has been very clear, and we as the United States are very clear. If Putin takes aggressive action, we are prepared to levy serious and severe costs.
Then Joe weighed in with a clarification that the US has a zero-tolerance policy on Russian military crossing the border.
If any assembled Russian units move across the Ukrainian border, that is an invasion. Let there be no doubt at all that if Putin makes this choice, Russia will pay a heavy price.
Teenager Zara Rutherford, who's just 19 years old, made history on Thursday as she landed her single-seater aircraft in Kortrijk, Belgium. She's now the youngest woman to fly solo around the world. She's been flying since last August and has flown over more than 50 countries to set a Guinness World Record. Presumably, she's now a bit fed up with airplane food.
The next thing is I want to keep talking to people about my experiences, and the big thing I'm trying to do is encourage more girls and women to go into aviation and STEM, so that science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Growing up, I never really saw many female pilots, and I personally always thought that was quite discouraging, so I'm hoping to change that.
Still to come on the Smart 7, bad news for Adele fans, and Dakota Johnson has some explaining to do right after this. Welcome back.
Things are not going well for the Brits in the Australian Open. Thursday saw Emma Raducanu knocked out after a blister on her hand affected her play, and Andy Murray also lost in the second round. Meanwhile, the final leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final between Arsenal and Liverpool took place on Thursday, with Chelsea already waiting in the final. The first leg had finished goalless, but there was more scoring in the second as Liverpool won 2-0 at the Emirates to take their place in that final. Manager Jurgen Klopp was pretty happy to be heading to Wembley.
We are over the moon, obviously, because it was a difficult game for us. It's a difficult time, general, that we just have to get through this, and we try everything we can to do that. And what the boys made tonight against this really strong Arsenal side was absolutely exceptional.
Dakota Johnson and Andrew Garfield have gone viral for their chat as part of Vanity Fair's Reunited series, which teams up actors who haven't seen each other in a while. In this case, the two worked together on The Social Network back in 2010 and had plenty of catching up to do. Dakota's currently in The Lost Daughter, while Andrew's been winning awards for musical Tick Tick Boom. And the chat turned to things that used to happen at Oscar parties after maybe a glass too many of champagne with hair extensions.
At those parties, I'd probably get a little drunk and then just like take them out and put them in people's pockets, like men's jacket pockets, because they're so annoying and it just like find a place to put them.
Why men's jackets pockets?
Because they're so available.
Oh, okay, rather than like doing some weird kind of thing of like, I'm going to get him in trouble with his lady friend later. Whose hair is this?
No, it would be like, can you hold this for me? I'll get it later, and then I'd forget.
Bad news for Adele fans and, well, Adele. Friday night was supposed to be the start of her Vegas residency. Weekends with Adele was to run in the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace for the next 3 months, but difficulties with the supply chain as well as the wave of Omicron that's battering America meant that it's proven impossible to get everything ready in time. She took to Insta late Thursday night with a tearful and heartfelt apology for fans who've travelled to see her.
I'm so sorry, but my show ain't ready. We've tried absolutely everything that we can to put it together in time and for it to be good enough for you, but we've been absolutely destroyed by delivery delays and COVID. Half my crew, half my team are down with COVID, they still are. I'm gutted and I'm sorry it's so last minute. We've been awake for over 30 hours now trying to figure it out, and I'm really sorry.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day. Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.